All right, welcome to The Explainer. We're jumping right into a topic today that honestly affects millions of people every single day, the incredibly urgent issue of road safety in Thailand.
So let's start with just one number, a really shocking one, 2. What does that mean? Well, on Thailand's roads, that's how many people die, on average, every single hour.
And look, this isn't some outdated statistic we pulled from a report. What you're seeing here is from Thailand's official road safety data center. It's like a live counter, a constant ticking clock that shows the real human cost of what's happening on the roads.
And you know, this problem puts Thailand in a global spotlight, but for all the wrong reasons. This data here actually ranks the country as number one for traffic-related deaths in the entire region. And get this, 9th highest in the world. This isn't just a local issue, it's a full-blown crisis on an international scale.
Okay, so before we can even talk about solutions, we've got to understand the sheer scale of this problem. So, where is all this happening, and who's being affected the most?
Now, you might think this is just a problem everywhere, but it's not actually spread out evenly. Some regions are serious hotspots. You can see right here, the northeastern region. It has the highest number of accidents by a long shot. It's way, way higher than even a packed city like Bangkok.
And when you look at who is at risk, the picture becomes crystal clear. Just look at this breakdown. 90%. A staggering 90% of all road accidents in the capital involve motorcycles. So you see, this isn't just a generic road safety problem, it is overwhelmingly a motorcycle safety problem.
All right, so we've covered the what and the where. Now let's get to the really tough part, the why. What is actually causing all of this?
You know, when you peel back all the layers, the research points overwhelmingly to one main thing, and it's the driver, human behavior, the decisions we make or don't make that accounts for up to 90% of all accidents. Yeah, the vehicle and the environment, they play a part, but it's a much, much smaller one.
But hold on, just blaming the driver? That's way too simple, and frankly, it doesn't really help us fix anything. That's why safety experts use these really smart frameworks to see the bigger picture, to look beyond just one person's mistake and understand the whole system that allowed it to happen.
Okay, first up, let's look at something called the accident pyramid. This thing is brilliant because it shows you what's really going on underneath the surface. That one really bad accident at the very top, that's just the tip of the iceberg, the part we all see.
Because what it reveals is this incredible ratio. For every single one of those major accidents at the peak, look at what's happening at the bottom. You've got 3,000 unsafe acts, little things people do every day. Those lead to about 300 near misses, which then leads to 29 minor injuries. All of that happens before you get that one catastrophic event. So the lesson is simple, right? If you want to stop what's happening at the top, you have to tackle what's going on at the very bottom.
Another tool professionals use is this, the traffic safety matrix. Think of it as a roadmap for finding the best time and place to step in. It breaks everything down into different phases, before, during, and after an accident, and looks at all the factors, the person, the car, the road. It really helps shift the focus from just cleaning up the mess to actually preventing it in the first place.
And this is my favorite. It's called the Swiss cheese model. And it's such a perfect analogy. It shows that huge disasters almost never have just one single cause. Instead, they happen when all the holes in different layers of defense, like company policies, bad supervision, unsafe conditions, when all those holes line up just perfectly, it creates a straight path for a disaster to happen.
So understanding these models, the pyramid, the Swiss cheese, it's led to a whole new way of thinking, a professional approach that's all about prevention, about building a real system for safety.
And at the heart of this new approach is a new role, the Transport Safety Manager, or TSM for short. This is a real, dedicated professional, now required in a lot of transport companies, whose entire job is to systematically manage safety. Basically, their job is to find and plug all those holes in the Swiss cheese before they can ever line up.
And we're not talking about just one thing here. Their job is huge. It covers 5 key areas. We're talking vehicle management, making sure the trucks are safe, driver management, checking on the people behind the wheel, trip management, cargo and passenger management, and maybe most importantly, analyzing all the data to see what's working and what's not to stop the next accident before it even starts.
Okay, so bringing in professionals like TSMs and using these safety models, it really signals a massive shift in how we even think about road accidents. We're moving away from seeing them as just bad luck or fate and moving towards something we can actually prevent. I mean, for the longest time, accidents have been put into one of two buckets. On one side, you have preventable accidents, the ones where we usually just blame the driver. And on the other side, you have unpreventable ones, the ones that are seen as just tragic, unavoidable events.
But here's the thing. As we get smarter about this stuff, about systems, about managing risk, about using data, that line between preventable and unpreventable, it starts to get really blurry. And that leaves us with one last really important question to think about. With all these new systems and dedicated safety professionals, how many of those accidents that we used to just write off as unpreventable can we now finally prevent?